Welcome into Big Sky Virtual Basketball Media Day here on Pluto TV. Thanks for being with us, streaming all day long, getting you ready for the 2020-2021 Big Sky basketball season. We're previewing the Thunderbird men's basketball team right now. We've got head coach Todd Simon and senior guard John Knight III with us. Guys, thanks for being here with us. Excited to talk some T-Bird hoops. And Coach, we'll just kind of start. We'll look back at last year. Obviously, another successful season for the program before everything quickly closed down in March. So just when you reflect back on last season, kind of, what were some of the biggest takeaways for you?
Well, it's another step in the right direction as we continue to grow the program brick by brick and making strides toward a championship season, which is what we always want. But we had some big moments for the program, with the Big Ten win in non-conference. Another successful non-conference season, and then going into Big Sky play, we felt like we were at our best at the end with a big win, and first time in 20 years up at Montana, and we kind of hit our stride going to the tournament before the abrupt ending.
Obviously, this upcoming season is riddled with unknowns, but bottom line is you guys are practicing and you're getting ready to play basketball. So just kind of what has been your message to the team over the past couple months as you've been making preparations to get going here?
Well, it's always just as we are every year. We're preaching control what you can control, and that's our attitude and effort throughout this pandemic, and do the best we can with the time that we're allotted and what we're allowed to do, and focus on getting better. And I think the pandemic has made everyone appreciate the time that you get in investing in this game and time that we get together, because you just never know when it's going to be kind of taken away, and the game was taken away from all of us for a little bit, and I think we all came back with a greater appreciation.
John, just bottom line, how excited are you guys to be able to get back out on the court and face somebody?
Man, we're excited. I know we pretty much tired of playing each other. We're ready to play against the other teams. We grinded hard this summer. We didn't know if we was going to be able to come back to school, so everybody had to put the work in on their own. But now we're here as a team, and we're fighting for, the ring, the championship at the end.
Coach, let's look a little bit at the roster here. Obviously, you guys made some big moves over the offseason. You brought in some big-name transfers, looking at Tevian Jones, Cortez from LSU, and Moody from North Dakota. Just kind of as you looked at the roster this offseason, what moves were you hoping to make, and what were you guys able to get accomplished?
Yeah, we're excited. We have a nice blend of returners, and that's part of the fruits of kind of building the program. But then now we felt like we could add a few pieces that would be add to the mix, give us something a little bit different, and we were able to do that. We're excited about those transfers. Those three guys will all be eligible, and they all add firepower to what we're trying to do and fit our system. And so from that standpoint, it really is going to be exciting to kind of see it all come together when it does. And we've got some freshmen we're excited about, and junior college transfer. We got a nice blend of old and new and experience, and I think these returners and older guys have done a great job getting them ready.
John, when you look back at last season, obviously year one for you, but you come out, you have a lot of success. When you look back on last season, how were you able to find that success? What were you able to do out on the court to really get yourself going?
I'm proud of being a big guard, so I was bigger than most guards we played against. So my game plan was to attack the basket no matter who in front of me, just finish my layups because they always sagging off. So I just play in the post and just play smarter.
When you look at obviously, Coach, you mentioned all the veterans you got coming back, John being one of them. You got a core of 6 guys that have played a ton of minutes now for this program. Just how much easier has that made making preparations for this season been?
Well, when from a mental aspect as a player, when you're not trying to find out what the coach wants, you kind of know what the deal is. You're in a constantly adding and refining stage, and so for these guys, they've been through it. They know exactly what we're about. They know our philosophy. They know what wins and doesn't win, and so everything that they're doing is just completely improvement, and they can also help the new guys understand those things. So it's a completely different feeling than the first couple of years of the program, where you're constantly trying to establish our culture.
John, how do you feel like the team's really come together over the last couple months? Where have you seen you guys improve the most out on the court?
chemistry. I have to say chemistry is way better than last year. Like this year, everybody knows where they're supposed to be. So like on the drift pass, they're there. On the fill-in, they're there. And we just trust each other a lot more than we did last year.
Who's really come in and impressed you? What newcomer have you really looked at and been like, dang, that guy is making some moves here?
I have to say Moody, Tev, and Cortez. They actually Moody. I'm impressed with Moody. Moody, he reminds me a lot like Duncan Robinson. Like, when he get in his hand, he gonna get it up. And I mean, 50%, he's gonna make it. Like, he might well go and count to 3. He's gonna make it. I think I got a lot of trust in him. Like, they can improve my assist games when they come in because we got shooters that'll space the floor out to get to the basket, and then they help you kick it out for a 3. Our offense is gonna be amazing this year.
That's awesome to hear. Coach, you got a couple guys, Dre Marine and Ivan Madunich. Ivan obviously redshirted last year, coming back. That, you know, as long as things all go according to plan, will leave this program playing more games than anybody else in Division I history. For you, when you look at, you know, stats like that are starting to pile up here for this program, what does it really mean, and with what you guys have been able to build here as a team?
Well, in a sport, men's basketball particularly, where you're looking at 60 to 80% of college freshmen don't end up with their original team at the end. You know, it's part of the nature, part of the deal is, you know, guys move around, which is, and rightfully so in my opinion, but it does validate a little bit what we're trying to do when guys want to stick around and they believe in what we're doing. And you know, a guy like Ivan who graduates in 3 years and he's going to leave here with an MBA and set himself up for the future. You know, that the off the court stuff that we talk about is so important. And you know, and Dre's a very good student, going to graduate on time, and is going to be on the leaderboard in almost all the statistical categories here. And it's just through their persistence, hard work, sticking with it, believing in what we're doing, and you know, as a coach, that validates a little bit of what you want.
John, obviously last year's team had 4 seniors on it, some guys that were veterans that had been around the game for a long time. You're kind of stepping into that role now, taking a senior leadership role with this team. How has that transition been for you, and how have you been able to, you know, feel like you've been able to lift your teammates up over these last few months?
I definitely had to grow up a lot from last year. Last year, I was thinking I had the lower classman mindset. Like, oh, I got an extra year. I could cheat this. I got an extra year. I could get away by doing this one. But this year, I think I'm starting to lead by example now. Like, I'll play when it's time to play. When it's time to be serious, I'm serious. Like, you know, this pandemic made it a lot. We made us appreciate the game a lot more. So people getting in the gym working harder than they ever been working. So, I mean, like I said, I just got to be a leader on and off the court. Let them follow, lead by example.
That's awesome. Coach, year after year, the Big Sky really proves itself as a really good mid-major conference here. Just what's kind of your outlook on the Big Sky this season? What do you think we'll see in and around the league this year?
Yeah, it's one of the better. You know, it's 32 conferences, and we're right in the middle, ahead of most mid-major leagues in terms of our net ranking every year. So, you know, I fully expect it's going to be, you know, in that area again this year because it's so well coached. There's so many quality players, and you know, but at the end of the day, you know, the guys that it runs through who it runs through, and into Eastern Washington's credit, they won the league last year, and they deserve that spot until someone takes it from them, and you know, they'll be up there. Obviously, Montana's going to have a talented squad, and you can kind of go right down the league. Part of what makes this league so good is that 1 through 11, it's very deep. You know, there's no off days, there's no tier system necessarily, and that's what's really made the league so good over the past couple of years. Is we get a lot of non-conference quality wins, and then in the conference play, we're going at each other every night. So it's going to be wide open, but you know, everyone's got an equal chance. We're all starting 0-0, so we'll see where it goes.
Well, I could talk about this squad all day, but we got to wrap up here. Thank you both so much for stopping in, and we're excited to see you out on the court here soon. Make sure to stay tuned as Big Sky Virtual Basketball Media Day continues here on Pluto TV. Welcome back to Big Sky Basketball Virtual Media Day here on Pluto TV, streaming all day, getting you ready for the upcoming 2020-2021 Big Sky basketball season. We're previewing Thunderbird women's basketball here at Southern Utah. We've got head coach Tracy Sanders and Dari Franson here with us. Thank you so much for being here with us. Excited to talk some Lady T-Birds hoops.
Yeah.
So, Coach, we'll just start right away. Looking back on last year, obviously such a fun year for the program. You guys really took a huge step up and won a conference tournament game, and we're right on the precipice of maybe having some more postseason games before everything got shut down. Just when you look back on last season, just kind of what were some of your biggest takeaways from the last campaign?
I mean, I think for us really, and I think we said it after that last game, I think we came into every game feeling like we had an opportunity to win. And so I think that's really exciting. I think we're excited about the direction that we're going. Obviously, to jump to 18 wins, I think was huge for the program, and just a huge credit to the girls and the team and how much work they put in, and really just buying into, what we've been doing. And obviously in year two, we feel like the foundation is there, and we're just ready to keep rolling with things.
Obviously, you don't just replace a player like Rebecca Cardenas, but you've got to find some offense there. Kind of, when you look at that aspect of it, what kind of players are you looking to fill that role that Becca had last year of, leading scorer and,
Right.
Big defensive player of the year? Who are you looking to fill those roles?
Yeah, I mean, I think you don't fill that. You can't replace Becca with one player by any means. I think obviously Dari is here. She's been just amazing. Just having her back for a few weeks this summer, and then now that we start, I think she's going to be really a huge part of our success this season. Maddie Eaton has been playing really well for us. Liz Graves has been playing really well for us. We have a junior college transfer, Sharita, is playing really well for us. So I think we have a really core group of players that can score and can defend, and so just excited about that. But like you said, Becca's not someone that you can replace easily, but I'm really excited about the new role that we have, with Dari and some of these other returners.
Dari, I've been around long enough to remember your freshman season before you headed out on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me a little bit about how that transition was, going out and serving a mission for your church and now coming back and, entering another year of basketball here.
I think it's been, I don't know, it was honestly so awesome to go out and be able to take a break from basketball for a minute and just realize I don't know how much I really do love it. Transitioning back, I mean, it's always hard to get back into the swing of things, but I think it's been super awesome and just has really opened my mindset up, I guess, to a new, I don't know, a new way to dedicate myself and push myself even further than before. That really helped me with that. So.
Awesome. Coach, when you look at the roster, obviously a lot of new names, a lot of names that Thunderbird fans will have to get familiar with.
Yeah.
Kind of what have been some of the challenges of, coaching this group with so many newcomers, but
Right.
also with a good mix of returners?
Yeah, I think we do have a solid group of returners that have been great. For us, the difficult part was obviously staying connected throughout the summer, not knowing when we were going to get started, and trying to kind of build some team chemistry with having so many new players, and so figuring out ways to do that and really build the chemistry, which I thought the returners and really the new people as well did a great job of coming together and figuring out ways to stay connected and get to know each other. And so I think by the time we all got to campus, we were super excited to be here. And it's been great since. I think we have a super, super competitive group, which has been really fun. We also have a mature group that can be competitive and let it go when they walk off the court, which isn't always the case sometimes. And so that's been really fun to see, just people go at each other and appreciate that the competitiveness. And so that's been fun to see. It's obviously, we're kind of talking about as a staff, trying to get things in and the timing of all that with COVID, and trying to figure out the best way to do that, to be as prepared as we can be by the time we start, with having so many new people. But really just trying to really set that foundation with the new players that have come in and mix them in with the returners. And I think it's been going really well. We're super excited.
Dari, along those same lines, now as an upperclassman, kind of taking more of a leadership role with the team, kind of how has the transition been for you with that and with so many newcomers? on this roster?
Yeah, I think it's been really cool to just like, I don't know, like all of the girls, like she was saying, like we're all super competitive and everyone wants to be here and everyone wants to play and like really like take a big part of this team. And so it's been really cool, like as kind of a senior leader to just like take all that and then just like help like pull it all together. Because our team is gonna be like, it's gonna be so fun this year. I am so excited to play this year. And yeah, to just, I don't know, to be able to be a part and like help the other girls like bring everyone together. It's gonna be really fun.
Coach, looking at your coaching staff, obviously you promoted Katie Grice to associate head coach over the off season. Just tell me a little bit about what she's been able to bring to this program. Obviously, she was with you last year, and been a big part of what you guys have been able to do.
Yeah, Katie's been, she's been amazing, I think, since she stepped on campus. She's either on the phone or in the gym. I mean, she's in charge of recruiting, and as everyone knows, recruiting is the lifeblood of your program, and I think she's done such a phenomenal job of establishing relationships and really just networking and doing a great job of finding the best players for us and the best fits here. And she loves to be on the court, so she puts a ton of time in. She works specifically with the post players, but she's always in the gym. I just feel like the next step for her is a head coach. She's been an assistant where she's young, but she's just worked so hard, and I think she's done a little bit of everything already. So that is kind of the next step for her, and I feel like we just have a great relationship, and I just feel like she understands what I want and how the program, the direction that we're going, and all that. And so I just think it was kind of a natural fit.
Oh, that's awesome. Dari, when you look at the upcoming season, obviously there's a lot of unknowns, but at some point basketball will be played and you guys will be able to show what you've got. What do you feel like some of the biggest keys will be to making sure you guys continue on the success that you had last season?
I think one big key is just like for us to stay focused on like what's most important. Like say focused on basketball, and because I know it's kind of been like everyone's been kind of stressed with like COVID and stuff, and we've had players like not be able to make some practices because of other people getting sick, not even them, or like, and just like wearing masks, like everyone's frustrated, but just like to realize like we are here and we want to play, and just keep that focus in mind the whole time is like I think what will help us the most.
Tracy, you're coaching your daughter right now. I would love to hear what that dynamic is like and how much fun that's been for you.
It's been really fun. It has been. She knows my personality well. I think I can get away with being a little bit extra sarcastic to her sometimes. But I think at the end of the day, she wants to see the program be successful. She wants to be successful here. She's a great teammate. I think that's the most important thing to me is, being the coach's daughter, you have to be a good teammate and work really hard. And so she knows that there's days that I'm probably going to be a little extra hard on her, and that's just the way it's going to go. And she accepts that, and we talked about that prior to her getting here. So I'm excited to have her. I think she's got a great personality. She's fun, fun to be around, and so yeah, she's just got to keep working. And I just look at her like one of the girls out there.
Looking at the Big Sky Conference as a whole, kind of what is your outlook on the league this season? What do you expect to see on a night in and night out basis?
Yeah, I think again it's going to be similar to last year. Like you just have to be prepared every game. Especially with kind of the way things are working right now and just not knowing kind of how things are going to play out with conference. But I think really just kind of, you have to come prepared for every single game. There's no easy games in this conference. We've got some great coaches, some great players, and so just really excited to get out there and to have a season and get the opportunity to play.
Dari, when you and your teammates are talking amongst each other and just looking forward to the season, what are the goals and expectations that you guys are talking about? What are you hoping you can get accomplished this year?
Like every team's goal is like to like win the tournament and stuff like that, but I think that our goal other than that is mostly just like to stay like every day in practice to make each other better, like work hard every day, get better every day, and then just go and like show what we've been working on the court. Just keep that same intensity, that same just like drive, and just bring it to every single game, and just like work it out like and win as many games as we can, like every single game one by one.
Awesome. Well, that pretty much does it for our time frame here. Thank you both so much for stopping in and taking some time, and we're
Thanks for having
excited to
us.
see you out on the court here in a few weeks. Make sure to stay tuned to Pluto TV for the rest of the day for Big Sky Conference virtual basketball.